Well, as you well know, Saturday will be a defining moment for Kenya's candidate to the AUC. That's Raila Odinga. We understand he's already in Ethiopia, the capital, Addis Ababa, and we have our presence on the ground. My political colleague, Daniel Kariuki, is in the capital, Addis, and is joining us live with more updates on the final lap ahead of the voting day on Saturday. Kariuki, it's great to have you with us. Good evening. We understand President William Ruto, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, among other leaders, including Kenya's candidate Raila Odinga, are already in Addis. What's the very latest from your side?
All right, Jesse Rogers, thank you very much. You've said it right. We are still in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. We are following keenly on what is happening at the 38th ordinary session of the African Union Summit. And of course, today has been a long day that has seen cabinet, or rather ministers of foreign affairs, elect commissioners who are going to be sitting in the commission. Remember, the commission has 8 representatives. That's the chairman, the deputy chairperson, who are going to be elected on Saturday, and 6 commissioners. 4 were elected, but 2 were not elected. They will be elected in the next election. That's in July because of the numbers. So definitely on Sunday, when the commission is going to be officially inaugurated, or rather formed, it will be having 6 members with less 2. That's the 2 commissioners that were not elected. And of course, today President William Ruto arrived here in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, just like you have put it, ahead of that much anticipated election that is going to be taking place on Saturday. Remember, Kenya is one of the countries that have a candidate, that is Raila Odinga, who arrived here on Wednesday evening and has been having meetings here and there, trying to lobby ahead of that election on Saturday. Also, President William Ruto has had meetings since his arrival at around 2:30 until later into the evening, trying to continue with the lobbying on behalf of Odinga. And that definitely meaning that there is a lot that is at stake for that election for Kenya. And also tomorrow, maybe I just give you a breakdown, Jesse, and the viewer, that tomorrow they're going now to be receiving the report of various issues across the country, across the continent. We're talking about a report on matters to do with peace, a report on matters to do with health, maybe education, as well as various development agendas in that has being pushed by the African Union. And the African Union Commission chairperson, the outgoing one, that is Moussa Faki, definitely also gave his speech and a report. Today he tabled the report on what he has managed to receive for the 2 terms that he has been in power as the African Union chairperson. But I just want us to have just a feel of what has been happening here today, and I want to engage my colleague Brian Otieno, who has been with me here this Thursday, trying to dissect some of the issues that have been happening here, Brian. And definitely we've seen that there are so many delegates here, and everyone is looking forward for looking forward to Saturday for the election of the AUC chairperson as well as the deputy chairperson. But some development happened today, and we saw the secretariat, or rather that's the Secretary General, I think, of SADC, Executive Secretary of SADC, urge the member states of SADC, there are about 16 of them, to vote for the Madagascar candidate. That's Richard Randiamandrato. That name. Maybe what's your take about this, Brian? Because definitely means that it might change a lot of things come Saturday.
Yes, of course, it's a significant development to get the SADC community to encourage its members to vote for one candidate. You know, that's diplomatically saying that, you know what, this is our candidate. This is a person we want you to vote for. Yeah, so the encourage means that it's more or less an order. It's not really an order, but it's a formal campaign. It's a very significant development for us in Kenya, because we are hoping to secure some of the seats from the Southern African nations. And for a long time in Kenya, we think that the race is between Raila Odinga and the Djiboutian Mahamoud Yusuf. But then the Madagascan shows that he too can pull some weight. Yeah, but then there is some encouragement we get from the fact that our candidate, Raila Odinga, has been endorsed by some of the SADC countries.
Right. We
have Tanzania, which has publicly endorsed Raila. Last August, the President Samia Suluhu was among the presidents who came to Kenya to attend the unveiling of Raila Odinga. Yeah, we have the Malawian president as well, was publicly endorsed Raila. We have also endorsement from Mauritius, which had a candidate pull out for Raila. So I think we can be, not we, but supporters of Raila Odinga can be encouraged by the fact that, Raila has also sliced some countries from the SADC areas. We have Zambia, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Mauritius, and a host of other countries as well.
Including Seychelles. And that's something also that has really caught the eye of most of the people who are talking about Djibouti's candidate being at the forefront to battle it with Raila Odinga. So definitely you are saying that the dynamics are going to be changing. You've said also that it's something that is in the public domain that the Tanzanian president, Samia Suluhu, has already endorsed Raila Odinga. But again, according to Rule 42 of the African Union Commission, the rules is that it will be a secret ballot. So how sure are we that they might have endorsed him, yes, but again, SADC sending a letter or rather urging the member states to vote for that candidate, Madagascar candidate?
Yeah, as you've said, it will be a secret ballot. So what assurance does Madagascar have that the SADC members will vote for their candidate? Yeah, it will be a secret ballot. But then you get the feeling that Kenya is pushing really hard to get this position. Yeah, about an hour ago, we met former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. We were with him at an Addis hotel, as well as President Ruto, and they were meeting I have been told 2 presidents from the SADC region. One of them, unconfirmed reports, is that he met the Malawian president, Lazarus Chakwera. So that shows you that the president is pulling all stops. He's pulling no stops. Yeah, he's really invested in ensuring that Raila is elected. Yeah, and you can sense it. And then from their mood, you could tell that yes, they're confident, but they're not overconfident. Yeah.
Right. Of course, I wanted to ask you the fact that you managed to talk to the president as well as Raila Odinga. What was the mood? Were they confident of winning this position? Were they really looking forward maybe to the day, or they still feel like they still need more time? We've got a story that we are going to be introducing, but before we introduce the story, maybe you can tell us tomorrow the heads of state received reports from different departments ahead of the election on Saturday. Maybe what are you looking forward to as before you introduce the story?
So before that, I think I didn't quite speak to them. I just said hi to both. And from the engagement, you can see Raila is very energetic. He's very energetic. So this is someone who knows that he's in this race to win it. But then he knows that it takes a lot of effort to get this job. So that's why he's meeting everyone. So tomorrow, I don't think it will be a busy day for the ministers, but luckily for us, it won't be as busy as today or Saturday.
Of course, Brian. Thank you very much, Brian, for that brief information, point of information concerning matters to do with the election on Saturday. And just like he has said, we are going to be keen to see what happens. But the 38th ordinary session of the Assembly of Heads of State and Government of the African Union is definitely taking place here in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. And at the top of the commissioners' hierarchy is electing a new AUC chairperson, and that is going to be happening on Saturday, and is going to be taking over from Chad's Moussa Faki, who is the current chairman. But how powerful is this position of the chairman? How powerful is this chairman's position? Jesse Rogers is going to be looking and highlighting the need for a chairperson with the acumen to lead the AUC in its bid to reach its goals. Take a look.
The African Union Summit of Heads of State and Government will elect the chairperson to manage and lead the African Union Commission, which is the secretariat and bureaucratic arm of the African Union. The AUC chairperson is the topmost official of the continental bloc. The full-time diplomatic job involves the Commission chairperson speaking on behalf of the African Union. Their speeches, though, must be tailored and actions measured. The chairperson is responsible for the harmonization of political agenda and executive aspects of the decision-making process for the heads of state of the 55 member states. In addition to promoting AU's objectives, implementing its decisions, and coordinating with regional economic blocs, development partners, and member states, the AUC chairperson serves as the point of interaction with external partners and global entities on African common goals. The chairperson equally plays a role in prevention, management, and resolution of conflicts on the continent. There have been 5 chairpersons since 2002, when the African Union was established. Moussa Faki Mahamat, the outgoing chair, is the first to hold the position for 2 consecutive terms since 2017. Previous chairpersons are South Africa's Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma from 2012 to 2017, Jinping of Gabon, who served from 2008 to 2012, and Alpha Konare of Mali from 2003 to 2008. Amara Essi of Côte d'Ivoire led the transition team from the Organization of African Union to the African Union between 2002 and 2003. The full implementation of the AU institutional reforms will be the real test for the incoming chairperson. These reforms were approved by the AU heads of state and have been partially implemented. Case in point, the issues of financial self-sufficiency.
There's been the issue of funding, which has been a major challenge, and look at other alternative sources of funding.
Silencing the guns in the continent equally remains a top priority issue for the incoming AUC chairperson. Jesse Rogers reporting for KTN.